Are you thinking about buying a boat here in the Costa del Sol but don't know what to do when it comes to licenses, taxes and costs? Well, you're in the right place. This is the NuSun Network in Marbella. I'm Cassidy from NuSun Realty, and we help international buyers like you find their next dream home. Today I'm joined by Juan Fernández of Costa Boats, and today we're going to be diving into what it takes to own a boat and everything you need to know right here in the Costa del Sol. Let's dive in. So Juan, welcome.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Good to have you. And just can you tell me and tell the audience who you are and what it is you do?
I'm Juan Fernández. I'm founder and director of Costa Boats. It's a nautical boutique based in Marbella.
Okay.
And our job is to help our clients to find the perfect boat and the boating lifestyle. I'm also broker associate to Global Regal Yachting, which is an international brand company for luxury yachts in the top market of luxury yachts.
Okay.
Our job is to help to the people to find the proper boats and to assist them from the beginning to the end.
To the end.
Yes.
So basically what I do, I help people find their properties from the beginning to the end, but you do it with boats and yachts.
Exactly. It's like the same same works, but with both. Then it needs to be experienced and needs to have knowledge about what is a boat and what everyone needs to have a boat.
And we'll get into that. And what is the what would you say the boating scene is like here in, you mentioned Madena, but we've got Marbella and Galopino, Fuengirola. What is the sort of overall boating scene like here?
The people that they are coming to enjoy the boating life over here in Marbella now is young people, is business people, is people who is retired and looking for freedom.
Yep.
And it's quite diversified. It's a big margin of people who they are looking to
a wide
enjoy.
range.
Yes,
a wide range. And just in terms of the the boating, you mentioned about the boating scene and everything, but for people who maybe don't live here yet, or they've maybe just moved over, I would like to try and go into the process of buying a boat here, what it is you need, especially if you're not a resident, for example, or you're international. What would you say people need to really think about before they even buy a boat? What would you recommend that they do?
Well, they have to be clear about what they want. They have to be very clear what they are looking for. Because if they do the mistake in the first boat, like, oh, this is beautiful, and I buy it because I like it, and maybe in 2 weeks or 3 weeks he knows that it's not what he was looking for. That is the first thing that has to be.
Okay. And do you find that happens?
Yes, and that's happened a lot. It's not like a car. It's a boat is much different. You have like a house in a cruiser or flybridge boat, or you have speedboats, or you have a very different kind of model. That is the first thing that they need to know. Second thing is to have a berth or a mooring, or to have a port, because ultimately in Marbella I think you can find easy a mooring in the port. In another port of the coast is not so easy. That is another thing, it needs to be clear. And later on, well, you see the boat, we can attend them to find the proper boat. We can attend them to do the inspection they need to do before to buy, the sea trials. We recommend how to do everything, all the paperwork as well.
Right.
There is a very different things. It's not the same to be resident in Spain, than to be tax resident in her own country like Holland or Belgium or another European country, or even in England. It's different concept.
Okay.
Against to do the tax fees and all the paperwork to buy a boat.
If someone from the UK
Yes.
was looking to buy a boat, they come to you, Juan.
Yes.
What would that process? What would they need to be doing? What would that process maybe look like? And what sort of stuff would they have to, paperwork, legal stuff? I would imagine there's some legal things they have to do. You mentioned tax as well. Can you just talk through that process?
Yes. If the client is resident in UK and is taxpayer in the UK, my recommendation is to do. There is some countries that you can do an European flag.
Okay.
Even with the resident in UK, like in Poland, is a homologate flag internationally, and is not expired flag. Once you have the Polish flag, for example, as a British resident, and they are allowed to do that, you will have the Polish flag forever. If you are a tax resident as well and you buy a boat over here in Spain, you don't need to pay any tax or additional tax over here in Spain, because you have to pay the tax in your country where you live, okay? If you are tax resident in UK, for example. When you have paid for the boat and all this process of purchase, it's not difficult to do the police registration, for example.
Right.
Or to do even in a British registration. The thing is, if the UK resident has got the British registration, they may go out with the boat every 18 months out for European to stamp. They may ask to do that, but
all right. So if they've got the British flag, so if they're UK, they buy a boat, they want to then get it registered in the UK, they might have to do some checks every 18 months.
Yes, exactly, because now UK, because it's outside from Europe, with the Brexit, after the Brexit, all the UK flags under the Spanish tax office, Hacienda, they are like not bad paid,
Yeah.
So it's quite, it's not complicated, but you will have to prove every time that the boat has been tax paid in Europe, and they may claim you to pay the taxes, the tax, the VAT, the VAT, and that is the issue to have the boat registered in UK. With the Polish flag, it's an European flag, it's allowed to do everyone, and it's easy, and it's not take a lot of time. Maybe for the provisional to start to use the boat with an insurance, it's gonna take between 7 or 10 days. We attend to all kinds in all that process.
So you mentioned Polish flag. So, I mean, if you were buying a boat here in Spain and it's got a Spanish flag on it,
yeah.
What is the issues that might have if you're from the UK and you buy a boat from a Spanish person, for example, it's got a Spanish flag on it? What would that look like?
If you buy a boat under the Spanish flag and you are resident in UK, okay, you can keep the boat on the Spanish flag with if you have a NIE number over here.
Got you. Okay.
Okay. To have the NIE number, you need to have
to get the
a
NIE
residence or an address over here. Okay. And you can keep, with that document, you can keep the boat under the Spanish flag, obviously. And you pay the tax, then there is a transmission tax as well under the Spanish flag, like when you buy a car or when you buy a house. Under the 8 meter is 4%, on top of 8 meters boat is 8% of the purchase amount.
Right.
But you can keep it under the Spanish flag, paying the tax, and your license, if you're from England, for example, has to be homologated with a stamp of the Spanish Maritime Authority to drive the boat. But you can have it with no problem at all.
All right, you can. But you have to have your NIE. So you can't just come over on holidays. You need to maybe just get your NIE,
Yes.
and then you can keep that, but you have to then go through the Spanish system.
Yes.
You've got to do the checks and balances. You've got to pay the taxes.
Exactly.
Similar with Britain, you would have to pay. You might need to do inspections sometimes if they push you.
Yes. There is another thing on the Spanish flag registration that every 5 years you have the ITB, like it's a technical inspection for boats.
So like an MOT that we have in the
Exactly,
UK.
Yes,
Yep.
that's it. Every 5 years you have to take the boat out, they do the inspection, you have to have all the safety equipment on the boat, like flares, life jackets, and they the inspector comes to the port, check your boat, and you pay for that. They stamp it, and you have to do all the paperwork
Right.
and all the process again to have all that certificate legally.
If you've got a Spanish flag on it, you've got to do that
Every 5 years, yes.
every 5 years. And then you mentioned about a Polish flag, because there must be a reason why you've mentioned a Polish flag. I think you said that that's recognised all over Europe.
Yes. Now Poland is the only country who allows to, for example, to British people to have a boat registration under the Polish flag. There is another countries, but they normally, for another countries, you need to have the residence in that country specifically.
Right.
But Poland, they allow to do all this registration system for all European people.
Right,
So if you are from France, for Holland, or even Spanish people, they are doing that because it's easy and you avoid a lot of inspection, like I told you before. And it's the only country that they are making very easy.
Right.
You don't need a lot. You just the sales contract, bill of sale, with all your documentation, and it's an easy way to have your boat registered in Europe.
Yeah.
And the VAT term of Europe as well.
In Europe, so you're not having to go through the whole Spanish system, all the different payments you need to do, and all the checks and ITVs.
No, as I told you, obviously, if you are tax resident in Spain, that has to be clear. You obviously you need to pay all the taxes that you need to pay, even that is in a Polish flag. Okay, legally, if you are tax resident in Spain, you can do a Polish flag, but you have to pay the transmission
because you're resident.
tax because you are resident. If you are not, you pay your tax in your country, and you can do a Polish flag with avoid all this legislation and bureaucracy of Spain.
Ah, okay. So that's the sort of the flag bit. So they've got the boat, they've got the mooring, they've now got the flag. Let's say it's a Polish flag.
Yes.
What else do they have to? What else would they have to consider? Maybe do they need to get a license to drive a boat?
Yes, you need to have a license. Of course, it's like a car. In Spain, under the 6 meters till 50 horsepower, you don't need a license. You can drive the boat without, if the boat is on that side. On top of 6 meters and more than 15 horsepower, you will need the basic license.
Okay.
For 6 meters. On top of 6 meters, there is a specifically license in Spain, and we're talking about Spanish legislation, from 2 till 6 meters, 8 till 12 or 15 meters, and till 24 meters as well. Okay, there is different range of miles to go out from the coast under the Spanish license. Then it's going to 2 miles, the small one, till 12 miles to 25 or 60 miles.
Right,
okay? That is for the Spanish license. Obviously, you can have your license in your country, in England, or in France, or in another country. And normally, the European Maritime Law, there is a homologation for that kind of license. You can have your British license for drive a boat in England, but you are allowed to drive the boat over here in Spain with homologation and authorization from the Spanish authorities.
All right, okay. So even if you're, I'm just thinking, if you're from the UK, you've got a Polish registration, you're still going to have a license,
Yes.
regardless. Yeah.
Yes. To drive the boat in Spain, you need that license. Yes, absolutely. That is 100%. There is another countries then they have inside waters like rivers, and in some countries there is for some sizes you don't need to have a license. But in Spain you will need to have a license wherever you are, even you are in England or in Spain, or you are living in Spain, or you are from another country, you will need that license for sure to drive a boat in Spain.
Right, okay. And how easy is it to go through the process? If you wanted maybe do your license in Spain, you know, you've bought a boat in Marbella or Fuengirola. How would you go about that process?
We are talking about the Spanish people
No.
license or international. For
Well,
example,
someone from the UK, they've bought a boat in Spain.
foreign people. No, let's see.
Foreign people.
Yes, foreign people. Then okay, there is a license. Then there is a lot of schools around the coast. Then you can have your license through those schools.
Okay.
And it's not difficult to do it. I think the cost is around 400 euros till 10 meters, and there is another till 12 meters. But to have
Because it's a different license is more
exactly, you
difficult.
can, yes. But once you get that license, for example, in England, you have to do the international recognizes of that license. That license will be recognized over here in Spain.
Ah, okay. But if an international person was wanting to do the license in Spain, they could still do that, right? They could still go to one of those schools that you've mentioned. Could they still go to that?
Yes, it's a basic school it's a course. It's not a school. It's a course.
Just a course
For the British license. It's 2 days practice. Is not difficult. For the Spanish license, yes, that is a different way. There is different kind of license till 8 meters, till 12, till 24, and you have different course and different exams that you have to do. It's not easy. It's quite more.
So it's easier for us international people.
Exactly. For a British license, it's more easy, but after that, in all the countries, they have his own ways to have that license.
Right. Okay. So they've got the license, they've got the boat and everything else, and I'm assuming, I mean, knowing boats, things go wrong with them sometimes.
Yeah.
And they need to be maintained and everything. So
yeah,
how would they go about that? Because, you know, they've come over, they've bought a boat, they don't know anyone. So I'm assuming do you help them with things like that if they come through you?
Yes, we attend our clients from the very beginning. In fact, we make sure that is the boat we used to ask to our client, what are you looking for?
Yep.
What do you want for? What is your idea to have a boat? That is the very, very first moment, you know, to have this question for the client. After that, we offer what we have, or if we don't have it in our website, in our list, we will find for him. Okay. Yeah. Once he likes one of our boats, we're gonna make the visit. We're gonna inspect the boat for him as well.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure that all the documentation of the boat is in order. We prove that there is not any debit on the boat. You have to be very carefully about the scams, you know. There is a lot of bad people, and they are not doing good things, and we take care about that as well. We make sure that the VAT is paid in Europe, because that is an important thing. We make sure that the boat has got all the certification as well. That is an important thing as well.
Yep.
Because without that certification, you may not be able to register the boat in another country if you register the boat when you buy the boat.
Yeah.
We make sure to find the insurance. We make sure to do the sea trials. We attend in the process to all people every time.
Okay. Actually, you've just mentioned insurance there. So what insurance is this insurance on you, or is this insurance on the boat? What is the insurance you have to get?
Well, the boat has to be an insurance, like cars. We don't do the insurance because we are not allowed to do the insurance, but we like brokerage for insurance.
So you'll find an insurance
I
company.
find the insurance for the client. I ask the client what kind of insurance you want. There is different model of insurance. There is an insurance, it's a basic one, just to cover the damage you do on the third peoples. And there is full cover insurance, which is gonna cover you all what you do into the boat, even the people they are traveling going with you. And there is another international insurance that is gonna cover you even the mechanics issue of the boats. So we can help the people as well to find the insurance and to see what kind of insurance is gonna in different company. Is gonna be the best for you.
So just in terms of I think we've spoken about licenses, insurance, getting your so licenses, insurance, and your taxes and stuff. What is the sort of typical cost for all of that? Because people just think about buying the boat, but then you've got the mooring costs as well. So, you've got your mooring costs, you've got your taxes, your insurance, getting your license. What is the sort of cost that people need to think about when they're buying a boat?
Obviously, there is different costs. It's not the same a 10 meters boat than a 20 meters boat.
Yeah, of course.
But we're gonna talk about the medium size boat in the Costa del Sol, which is modeled from 7 till 10 or 12 meters is the more common users, okay? For insurance, for example, of a boat from 7 meters till 12 meters, is gonna go from 300 euros till 1,500 euros for a full risk cover, okay?
Is that for a year?
For a year,
For a year.
A year. The mooring cost for example, for a 10 meters boat is gonna be around, obviously it's at the port where is located the boat, but it's gonna be between 3,000, 4,000 euros a year, from 8 meters till 10 meters, till 6,000 or 10,000 euros a year from 12 meters till 18 meters, for example. Maintenance cost obviously is at the model. There is some boats that they have shaft drive or stern drive. If you have a boat with a stern drive, is little another maintenance to do on the stern drive. Normally that cost, maintenance cost is gonna be around 2,500 euros per engine and per stern drive.
Per engine, okay.
Okay, that is important because there is a boat of 10 meters that has got two engines.
Yep.
Okay, so between 7 and 10 meters boat, roughly is gonna be the maintenance cost a year with the mooring, with the insurance, is gonna be between 6,000 or 10,000 euros.
Yeah. So if people want to buy a boat, it's not just about the boat cost, it's about everything else.
Of course.
And the continual costs to keep your boat safe.
That is a thing that has to be clear, It's not like buy a ball, it's a boat. They have to be conscious that is a boat is floating on the sea, on salty water, with all the climate and all the waves, and they have to be very conscious about that. It's not just to buy the boat. It's the mooring, the insurance, and the maintenance. And obviously, if you run the boat, it's gonna appear another mechanical problems.
Yeah, the more you use it.
Yes, they use it. In a second-hand boat is very common because the starter or the direction, whatever happens, you have to fix it.
Yep.
You if not, you can use the boat as well. That
Yeah.
is very important things than but the people knows
They
all about
expect
this.
it.
Yes, they expect
It's
that.
part of
Yes,
the lifestyle,
yes,
isn't it?
yes, yes, yes.
There was someone that said to me, boats, the BOAT, bring over another 1,000.
Yes.
everything
That's,
seems
yes, that,
everything seems to cost
everything is
1,000.
1,000 euro.
So that's what I've heard, and it always sticks to me, mate, because they are expensive things, but
It's because all the parts, mechanical parts, are very expensive as
yeah,
well. Is because we are not talking about a 3 cylinders engine. We are talking about 6 cylinders, 8 cylinders.
yeah,
It's big engines.
big
At the
engines.
end of the day, unless you use as well, then now a lot of people they are changing to outboard engine. Then the maintenance
Ah,
is easy or is cheaper.
it's cheaper. So they're changing to the older.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
that's
because
interesting.
it's a thing than you have to just to do the service on the engine and that's it.
And that's it. And just in terms of, because I know we mentioned the rough cost for mooring, right? But out of curiosity, do you know the mooring cost at Puerto Banus? Because I would love to.
Yes, yes. I have some clients in Puerto Banus. Yes, for a 8 meters berth,
Yep.
I think they're paying like 4,500 or
That's actually not too
5,000
different then
a
from what.
year. A year.
Okay.
Okay. On top of that, for a 12 meters, I think they are paying around 8,000 euros a year,
Right.
something like that.
Right.
But it's all around the coast, all the ports, they are roughly the same price. Obviously, Puerto Banus is little,
A little bit
but
more.
but they
It's-
are doing a great job in Puerto Banus, and the port is looking beautiful, and
Yes.
it's a nice place to be. To be honest,
Yeah. And out of the ports here, what is the one that what is your favourite port?
my favorite port, Puerto Banus.
Puerto Banus.
Let's see. Puerto Banus, they are doing a great job in Puerto Banus. Is fantastic. All the new part is amazing.
And you see some of the massive yachts there that are
Yes,
crazy,
yes,
beautiful,
yes, yes.
beautiful to look at. I wouldn't even want to think about the maintenance costs and cleaning costs of those boats. They're absolutely
For the
the
big
big ones.
yachts, for the
Yeah,
big
yeah,
ones.
yeah, yeah.
Well, it is up. How big is it?
Yeah, I mean they're massive. Some of these have got their own. They've got other boats on top of them. They're
I have a roughly idea about the maintenance cost of that kind of boats,
okay.
would be around 20,000 euros just for the maintenance, till 50,000 euros a year, or even more
Wow.
if the boat is bigger.
Yep.
More of these big yachts, they normally are under charter flag, and they do private events and private charters,
Yep.
and it's a way to keep the boat in working and to get back a little bit of refund for the boat,
Yeah,
to
of
pay
course.
all this
Yeah, get some money
thing.
back.
Yes, get some money
Treat it
back.
as an asset.
Yes,
Yeah.
like an asset, exactly. Yes.
Real estate. And so it feels like, Juan, that if anyone is thinking about buying a boat here and they're not from here, it just feels like it's an easy thing to come to you.
It's the best. It's
Yeah.
the best thing they can do is just come to me
Come to you.
and call us, and we will attend from the very beginning till he has got the boat. Even if in the future he wants to change it for a bigger one, we can attend on that process as
So
well.
we help even the
So
selling
the
of the boat and
selling,
everything.
we gonna help attend them in all the process, and even if they are not if they are learning, we can even to teach them how to drive or how everything works.
Yep.
We're gonna help to
Hold their hand through the
yes,
full journey.
exactly, exactly.
Juan, it's a pleasure having you on. You've answered all my questions. I don't have any more questions for you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you very much. It's really nice to be
Pleasure.
here with you.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure. Thank you.